Hello YouTube, what is up? This is Toy and today, after a week of delaying, I will finally be bringing you my review of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's the Mega Collection, close enough. It still has Sonic 1, right? On the GameCube. Let's just get started. Before we start with the game proper, let's look at how Sonic was created. In the early 90s, Nintendo was dominating the game market with the NES and Super Mario Bros., and no one could come close to them, not even if they had more advanced tech like Sega with their Genesis, or Mega Drive as it was known in Europe. Theorizing that they needed a game and a mascot to drive the Genesis sales, Sega began an internal contest in 1990 to create just that. Enter Yuji Naka with his design of Mr. Needlemouse, a hedgehog who could run at the speed of sound and had an attitude, which was unlike his family-friendly rival Mario. So after a redesign that gave him blue fur to match the Sega logo, red and white shoes inspired by Michael Jackson and Santa Claus of all people, and a less anime look, the character now known as Sonic the Hedgehog was ready to go on April 23, 1991, just a few months before Nintendo launched the SNES. So with all that backstory jazz out of the way, let's start with the story, for those of you who have been living under a rock for the past 24 years. On South Island, there exist 6 mystical artifacts called the Chaos Emeralds, which can grant untold power to whomever wields them. What kind of power? No one knows, but apparently a morbidly obese scientist named Dr. Dr. Eggman, wants the emeralds for himself and invades South Island to get them. In order to aid his conquest, the Doctor also kidnaps animals in order to force them to power his machines. Cue Sonic the Hedgehog, an anthropomorphic hedgehog who can run at the speed of sound. Sonic's main issue here is that Eggman kidnapped his friends to make his plan happen, so it's up to Sonic to stop the Mad Doctor from getting the Chaos Emerald and save his friends. However, in order to stop Dr. Eggman, Sonic must travel through 5 stages with 3 acts each, dealing with Dr. Eggman's robots along the way by jumping on them. In the first 2 acts, Sonic will pass a goalpost, but at the end of the 3rd act, Sonic will fight Dr. Eggman, who tries to fight our blue hero in one of his machines, which can range from wrecking balls, to launching fireballs, to running like a wuss. You can also curl into a ball by pressing down on the D-pad, thus granting you not only another way to destroy enemies, but also the best way to gain speed. Trust me when I say this, you'll want to be in ball mode whenever a down slope appears. Doing so will allow you to reach the maximum speed faster. In fact, the game's physics and momentum are pretty solid and fun to play with. Sadly, it's hard to gain momentum in this game as it can be very platform heavy at times. The first stage, Green Hill Zone, is fast, sure, but then you go to the next stage, Marble Zone, and the game slows down significantly and doesn't really pick back up until Starlight Zone, which is nice because you'll probably be wiped from the slowest stage in the game, Labyrinth Zone, which is the obligatory water stage that no one likes but they keep adding anyway. Water levels, by the way, are worse here because unlike Mario, Sonic can't swim, and he'll drown if underwater long enough without a bubble, so watch out for the clench music. In terms of health, you collect rings, but if you get hit by robots or spikes, you'll lose them all in a glorious explosion. If you take another hit, you'll die. But you can also collect monitors, which can hold a shield for an extra hit, 10 rings, speed shoes, invincibility, or extra lives. Yes, you have lives here, and if you lose them all, you get a game over. But you can game continues from the game's special stages. Speaking of which, in order to reach these special stages, you have to reach the goalpost in the first and second acts with 50 rings. This will cause a giant ring to appear. If you jump into it, you'll be transported to one of 6 constantly rotating special stages where you can get a Chaos Emerald, and these are a pain to get. You see, Sonic can only jump, and if you reach a goal marker, which you think you want to do, you will fail the stage, which is so misleading on your first try. And sadly, the reward here is minimal, seeing as all you get is a good ending, which, in my opinion, is not worth it. At least here. Upon completing the Scrap Brain Zone, you take a spring up to the 6th and final zone, where Dr. Eggman tries to crush you. It's relatively simple here, just evade, hit him when he falls on you, avoid electric balls, and you'll win. Like I said, you get a different ending when you collect all the emeralds, so if you did that, just sit back and watch as Eggman desperately tries to crush the end screen in frustration. Satisfying. Or not, depends really on your stance. Sonic 1 in the end is still a great game 24 years after its debut. It helped launch the Genesis into fame, kickstarted the career of one of the most beloved gaming icons of all time, and is nearly impossible not to find. In fact, I actually recommend the version on iOS and Android because that version is the best. Runs smoother, easy to play, and you can play as multiple characters. But with that said, however, I'm going to end the review here. So, join me next time for Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader. Yes, I will actually be doing a classic from my childhood. game that is legitimately a classic from my childhood. Unlike this game, which really I played like once when I was a child, and nothing after that. Just nothing after that. So, with that said, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Hey guys, if you enjoyed my review of this game that everyone has done to death already, please be sure to check out my Halo the Master Chief Collection review by clicking the top doobly-doo. And if you want to check out my Kingdom Hearts Reverse Rebirth playthrough, click the bottom doobly-doo. And with that said, you can also subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on Twitter. And with that said, I'll be seeing you guys next time.